Carbon zero. Chasing carbon zero is a fact. Back when President Obama was president, he decided to reduce the carbon footprint by 30% by 2030. And one of the things he went after was coal-burning plants to clean up your act, or we shut you down. What did they do? They cleaned up their act. They released less carbon, more steam than the pollution. And they checked them out. And coal-burning plants were shut down. There was one in Chicago, a big one in the California, something. Was California or Cermak Road? Maybe that was it. Yeah, big coal-burning plant. They were forced to shut down. They couldn't modernize. They couldn't stop for the thing. So they basically shut them down. Crunch, crunch. And then, of course, they just turned it into mini industrial place. Converted the whole plant into startups. Yeah. But yes, my president demanded that. I will use my power as president to either you clean up your stuff or the EPA will shut you down. And they did. And they went after all refineries to do the same thing. Reduce your carbon footprint or else. And when you talk to something like BP, it said, reduce your carbon footprint or else. We'll shut you down. Sue us in court. Go ahead. So they learned to do that. Of course, one of the biggest polluters is homes. If you burn gas, if you're burning gas, that is heat, and you will produce CO2. And your gas coming in is methane, and there's leaks everywhere. Well, the old saying, your gas stove is leaking out methane, unburned gas, almost all the time. Almost impossible to put a tight fit on a pipeline. So you may have ground around pipelines and that, or major pipelines. As they said about pumping gas from the gas fields into homes and that thing, no lighted match around gas pumps. And you see these enclosed thing, one of the worst things. And then you see all these little antennas sticking up around the gas pumping areas. And that is to ground any electric storm strikes or static electricity in here, because the last thing is you want spark on these gas pipelines. Yes, and one of these days there won't be any gas, it will be all electricity. But then, of course, you have to have electric cars. You have to have, what is that? Heat exchangers. Those little devices outside home for heat exchanges. More of those. Those are electric, of course, run by either solar cells on your roof or wind turbine, little wind turbine in the yard, the one that goes round, generating power. Of course, then you have your $10,000 Tesla battery in the garage. It's like, oh yeah. And I always enjoy that everyone should go out and get an electric car. Sure, give me $60,000. I'll go get an electric car. They were right. Well, they only cost $40,000. Still, give me $40,000. I'm going to use my gasoline engine, and if I lose that, I go to an electric bicycle. Period. You know, I trade that in for an electric bicycle. You know, tricycle, electric tricycle. I don't go anywhere, so that will be it. When I want to drive somewhere, it will be rental. if I need to go out and get food. But I can do that on an electric tricycle. But, really, you know, I can go. There's a lot of plug-in stations around the city that I live in. And industrial parks have them. There's by gas stations they have them. But in my neighborhood, I can tap off if I'm required to do that. Let me tell you something about gas. I don't burn gas anymore. I gave that up a decade ago. No gas stove, no gas furnace, no gas hot water heater. How do you do that? Well, I take a shower at the health club, city health club. It doesn't cost me anything. I just take my shower every day over there, do some exercising. But I don't burn gas. I microwave. If anything I have, I microwave. And I've been microwaving for 1975. Well, I've been burning wood since 75. So I gave up. I had them pull my gas thing out. And as somebody once said, it's dangerous being in a enclosed area burning gas because the methane that's not ignited is in the atmosphere and combines with oxygen and nitrogen oxide and that thing. Schools are getting rid of gas stoves or to go into induction tops for their kitchens, for all their kitchens, induction or infrared. No heating elements anymore, and definitely no gas, which cuts everything down. And they said, I worked in the restaurant trade. It's hot in the kitchen. It's hot in the kitchen. I like being, even as busboy, I like to go out there because it's cooler. Things are changing. The world's changing because it's going to be forced to change. You go to Menards, Lowell, Home Depot, and you see less and less gas and electric ranges. They're doing induction. It's their profitable bottom line. A little costly, a little more, but it's their bottom line. Just like pushing solar cells on top of the roof or solar cells within the area. And you're going to be changing over to LED lights. And, well, you can't read it. I can read this. So, well, going to go to carbon zero by 2030, and then after that again by 2050. Are we actually going to do that? There'll be a lot more gas. I got a 2014 gas guzzler. At my age, I will be on a tricycle in a few years.